Kamrui sent me two mini PCs that are pretty much the same computer, wearing different hats. And one of them costs 120 bucks more than the other. One has a GPU that doesn't make you want to throw it out the window, and the other one has RAM that didn't come from a clearance bin. Neither one is perfect. Both of them are fine, and I'm about to tell you which flavor of fine you should waste your money on. You're welcome. This is the P2 and this is the H2. And actually, I had those backwards. I literally had to put labels on them because they're identical twins. Not Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger twins, more like Olsen twins. You know, the kind that start out cute, but the longer you stare at them, the more you realize something's gone terribly wrong and you can't look away. Anyway, same aluminum box, same ports, same lever on top that makes you feel like you're opening a fancy lunchbox. The only difference is the sticker on the bottom and what happens when you turn them on. The upgradability here is surprisingly easy, which shocked me. You pop the lever and you yank the top off, you remove this heat plate thing, and there's your RAM and SSD slots just sitting there, begging for an upgrade. There's two RAM slots and two SSD slots. One of them is NVMe and the other one is NVMe or SATA M.2. No screws hidden under rubber feet and no blood sacrifice required. I don't like that they ship the cheaper one with just 16 gigs of RAM like it's 2019, but I love that they didn't make me disassemble the entire thing just to fix their mistake. I sat them both in a Rackmate TT sitting in a T1 because it looks sick and I already had it sitting here. I hooked them both up to a KVM so I could switch between them without playing musical cables like some kind of animal. Under the hood, the P2 has an i5-12600H. which is 12 cores, 16 threads, up to 4.5 gigahertz, and it's got the Iris Xe graphics. My flavor came with 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, like it's a Chromebook, and 512 gigs of Gen 3 SSD for 400 bucks. The H2 has an i5-14450HX, which is 10 cores, 16 threads, up to 4.5 gigahertz. Or 4.8 gigahertz, somewhere around there. And it's got Intel UHD graphics, which is Intel's way of saying, we put some graphics processing in there, but we're not proud of it. It comes with 32 gigs of DDR4 and a terabyte Gen 4 SSD for 520 bucks. So for an extra 120 bucks, you get double the RAM, double the storage, a faster SSD, and a CPU that's 2 generations newer. You also lose 2 cores, and you trade the Iris Xe GPU, which is fine, for UHD graphics, which benchmarks so bad, I thought I broke something. Spoiler alert, I didn't break it, it's just like that. I fired up Cinebench on the P2 and the CPU hit nearly 98% before I even finished clicking the button. The fan spun up like a jet engine, where the H2 stayed calmer and quieter, but the P2 still won multi-core because it's got 2 extra cores. Single core though goes to the H2 because newer chip, higher clocks, that checks out. GPU benchmarking though, the P2 with the Iris Xe is fine. The H2 with the UHD graphics is terrible, like worst I've ever tested terrible. I ran it 3 times thinking I broke something, but no, it's just like that. So if your workload touches the GPU at all, the P2 wins here. If you're going straight GPU grunt work and graphics don't really matter, well, the H2 makes sense. That's it. Moving on. So real world usage here. I played with both of these machines for a couple of days because I live in a basement and have no life. The P2 felt laggy right out of the box. Not broken, just delayed. Like it heard me click something and had to think about it for a second before deciding to care. It could be the 16 gigs of RAM getting crushed by Windows doing Windows things, or it could just be bad optimization. But either way, it sort of smoothed out after I set it up. That fan though, oh, the fan is always ready to party. You install an app and the fan's on. You open Chrome and the fan's on. You exist near the computer and you guessed it, the fan's on. It's like living with a tiny angry server rack. The H2 felt way better out of the gate. 32 gigs of RAM really helps here. And dual channel makes a big difference you can actually feel. The Gen 4 SSD boots way faster and moves files like it's got somewhere to be. But then I opened 3 browser windows with YouTube running on them, and the whole thing started chugging like a 98 Civic with bad gas. The P2 handled the exact same setup without even pretending to care. So if you're using this as a media PC, or you're running multiple monitors for work, just get the P2. The Iris Xe can push pixels without having an existential crisis about it. The H2 can technically drive 3 4K displays, but only if you enjoy pain, stuttering, and questioning your life choices. Now, if you're using this as a headless box for something that needs CPU grunt and zero graphics performance like a hypervisor, the H2 is perfectly fine. Just don't ask it to render anything because it will betray you. So who is this for, really? Okay, decision time. I know half of you skipped to this part, and that's fine. You missed the part where I roasted the H2's GPU into oblivion, but sure, let's do this. If you already have an extra 16 gigs of DDR4 collecting dust somewhere and 500 gigs of storage is enough for you, get the P2. You save 120 bucks and you get a better iGPU performance. It's good for light gaming and old games and esport titles that don't need a real GPU. It's good for multi-monitor setups and really anything where graphics matters even a little bit. But if you don't have spare parts just sitting around though, just buy the H2. But, and it's a big but, like a honky-tonk badonkadonk but, the P2 comes with 2 8 gig RAM sticks, which means if you want to upgrade to 32 gigs, you can't just add more RAM. You have to get an entire new bundle of sticks, 2 16s. And right now, even with the cheapest DDR4 you can find and a budget SSD, you're spending well over $300 to match the H2 specs. At that point, you paid more money for a worse GPU, so congratulations on that. If you need CPU performance and you literally do not care about graphics at all, like you're doing server work or code compilations or running VMs or batch processing or whatever, the H2 is the right call here. It's got a newer chip, more RAM, faster storage, and you're done. Honestly, for many PCs that don't claim to be made for gamers or AI nerds like me, really they're both just fine. Neither one's gonna make you cry tears of joy or anything. But the H2 is the smarter buy unless you have a very specific reason to go the other way. And if you do have that reason, you already know it and you're not listening to me anyway. Leave a comment with which one you're getting, or just tell me my Olsen twins joke was in bad taste. I can take it, and I'll see you nerds on the next one.